And we are live! Hello and welcome to this special third episode of PulseHex.com 2022 conference. We are your hosts. I'm Maddie ALLin, and this is TMoney. Welcome.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're looking forward to you guys being here in March 369, right?
That's right,
2022.
yeah. And so that'll be March 6th through 9th for the conference. Let me run the introduction or run the intro for the show, and then we'll get started. Oops, wrong button. That doesn't happen very often. I've got a different screen that I'm running with today, so my camera setup is a little bit different. I feel like I'm swimming without life preservers or floaties or something.
So, Maddie, how we doing?
We're doing good.
Yeah?
We got some good stuff to show the people today, just in terms of what our ticket projections are, and to go over kind of how the first part of this event is really going to happen before the conference itself. And so we're going to talk about the U.S. road trip, which will be kind of like a road show to celebrate and promote the conference, but also to accomplish a lot of other goals in building community within HEX. And so it's really cool to be a part of such a big team and big community of people who all want to spread the word of HEX and celebrate the financial freedom that we've found.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, it's been a really an interesting month. We here at FreedomTV.info have been doing our best to get the tour going, at the same time helping you guys, the community, and for the conference in 2022, March 2022. So we have already secured a lot of the things necessary. So I'm going to talk about a little bit the conference first. So we have secured the space. So with the World Market Center, it's right here in Las Vegas, Nevada, pretty much downtown. It's a great space. It's about 100,000 square feet. So we're gonna have to. So obviously, we are selling 1,369 tickets. Is that correct, Maddie?
That's right.
Yeah. So every week we'll be disseminating. You can on Eventbrite. What's that website where you can get your tickets?
So it's pulsehex.eventbrite.com.
Cool.
And another place, so that's where you buy the tickets. If you think that Eventbrite shouldn't be spelled BRITE, then you can just go to pulsehex.com and you can click the link to Eventbrite if you're getting lost or something. It's so pulsehex.com. That's where we're going to have the schedule. And so just like for the first HEX conference, we had one website that was dedicated to the schedule, and then there was one website that was dedicated to hosting the event online live. Mm-hmm. So in this case, we're going to have all the links there at pulsehex.com. And that just simply connects to my blog that is constantly getting updated with the information that people need to know.
So explain to people you know, so if I go to posthex.com, why is it better to buy our tickets early?
Well, because um, lots of people with galaxy brains, such as myself, are making accurate predictions all the time, such as I think that Pulse and Hex communities will continue to grow very rapidly. We've seen since the first Hex conference that there have been thousands of people joining the YouTube channels, joining the community. Pulse itself in the Telegram has gained 30 or 40,000 members. We don't have enough space for everybody, and so as these things continue to grow in popularity, I think everybody is going to all of a sudden realize that they might not be able to get a ticket, and so the tickets will sell out. So that's why we wanted to gamify it a little bit and to create more incentives by limiting the number of tickets that we sell each week, so that all of you Galaxy Brains can go ahead and be motivated to order your tickets now, because the price will probably stay the same. We're not going to do one of these ratcheting higher ticket things. It's just going to be the same fair deal for everybody, and there's going to be other reasons to be motivated to buy a ticket other than the price is going to go up a little bit.
So I just want to let you guys know, one of the biggest reasons to get in early, because there is only 1,369 tickets going to be sold. And the big reason why is because we only have limited space at our venue. So plus, we got the hotels rooms that are going to be, we're going to give you the link so you can reserve your hotel room, and you can put your credit card on there. So they don't charge you for the credit card until you check out. So, but you need to have your credit card. They're going to take your information. So just so you know, are the hotel you'll be seeing that in the website, the link, pretty much probably in about 2 weeks.
Awesome.
Because the hotel, they have to get with their IT people and create a link for us, so we can put it on our website. So yeah, so how many tickets we sold so far?
So yeah, we've been selling tickets without a cap on them, but week 5 here is the first week, so this will be next week, when we're going to put a cap of 100 for 3 weeks, and then there'll be 1 week with 69 tickets, and then every week after that until the event happens, there will only be 39 tickets available. And so what this will allow us to do, we've modeled out that it will allow us to meet our deadlines for putting deposits down at the World Market Center on a period on their schedule, and then also with whatever catering company we go with, we'll be able to put those deposits down on time, and so that way the conference will fund itself, instead of somebody putting down the $500,000 ahead of time. The budget actually comes out accidentally.
Yeah, that was
some
funny,
would
right?
say to $555,500, which is got Quattro Cinco in it. The actual budget came out to $555,100. I think you said.
It was 160. Yeah, it was
And
555 160.
Yes, we jacked it up by an extra 0.001% just for posterity, right?
Yes. And we wanted to be very transparent with our budget, because there's been a lot of talk about, especially like in the meetup, who got paid, how everything got paid. We don't want anybody fudding. We want to be very transparent about everything. Believe me. Oh, by the way, everything got paid on the meetup. Everything's clean.
Yeah.
Also, all the merch went out just last week. We apologize for getting merch, your goodie bags, for the people that didn't come a little late. We apologize about that, but yeah, they went all out this last Monday, so you should have been getting it in your mail. So if you didn't get your merch goodie bag, please email us. Right, you can email us at IAM at FreedomTV.info, or if not, Maddie ALLin, you can telegram Maddie ALLin.
Crypto Ewok, yours was one that got sent out, I know for sure. So
Yeah.
If you haven't gotten it yet, then I've been telling people to just let me know on Tuesday. I sent something in the mail out of the United States that I know never made it, and so I know that mail gets lost sometimes. But I know that TMoney personally got all that merch out this past week. So if you don't have it by Tuesday, message me,
please.
and I'll follow up on that.
Yeah, the international ones went out on, I'll give you the date, on 8/8/19. So on the
Cool.
19th, the international ones went out to UK. And I have the postal tracking number if you need it. So please, you can hit me
Cool.
up. Okay.
Yeah, and you know, the purple is reacting. Why did people cause a fuss when we had a small team behind it and we overperformed? You guys are always welcome in my penthouse. Hee hee. Yeah. So, I mean, I didn't hear anybody criticizing the budget for Vegas. For the meetup, what I experienced was people were rushing to make sure that everything got paid, and we're extremely generous in contributing because we had limited the cost of the tickets to like $69, and then put on this amazing meetup, and ended up being a little bit over budget by about $3,000, $4,000, and on QuantGang within 20 minutes, people had put the necessary funds into my public address that I then transferred to TMoney. So, yeah, awesome. Well, I think another reason that we're wanting to be transparent is because we would want other people to do the same,
Right.
and because we enjoy like showing off our honesty and resourcefulness. I think a lot of people would find the type of 3 to 4 day conference that we're going to be putting on with this huge amount of space, this huge professional staff that is going to be catering, that is going to be setting up the 3,000 chairs that we need to do a 1,500 person conference or a 1,369 person conference, all the necessary audio and visual, and creating different rooms that can hold 500 people in the breakout rooms, and in the main auditorium for 1,500 people, or 1,369. I kind of just round up, but our tickets are probably going to be limited to that.
So they're asking, what does 369 get you? So it's pretty much the 4 days. So Sunday night we're going to have a networking event, or a slash registration, so you guys can kind of chill and hang out. And then on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, those are your, from 9 to 5, we're going to have our conference with great speakers. So, and then also we are going to have a nightclub night. So that gets you into that too. The only thing, and also we are catering. So when you have our breakout lunches on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we are providing lunch. So that's what the 369 gets you. The 369 does not include your hotel, obviously. So that's pretty much for the conference, to put it on, to put on the event, get you guys also fed on the breakout. So yeah, that's pretty much what you're gonna get. So, and of course you're gonna get some goodie bags too and stuff like that on registration. So we'll be there for 4 days. So it's mainly Sunday night when everybody comes in, Monday all day, Tuesday all day, Wednesday all day. I believe it's going to be Tuesday night. We're going to have the nightclub night. So um, right there in the same space or venue.
And one of the best parts is you won't be sold out to corporations like the
That's
Bitcoin
correct.
conference.
It's all internal. So we're gonna make the ambiance great. The only thing that the 369 don't include, of course, on the nightclub night, the alcohol. It's a closed bar, so you do have to pay for your alcohol. All right. So and thanks, David.
We'll
Miranda,
continue to update people with
it's,
the different things that we plan. We'll continue to update on these twice monthly streams. We would have done this on our typical Saturday time, but yesterday Richard Hart was streaming live, and we all wanted to see it, and so we.
we don't want to step on his toes.
Plus, that's right. That's right.
Probably you guys are going to be over there instead of with us. So.
I don't think anybody complained.
So that's what you guys can expect in March 369 of 2022. Also, I want to give a shout out to the Crypto Spabo clan, which is ALLin Bittner and Patrick HEX Meetups. They're doing an awesome job. They're pretty much funding themselves. There has been some sponsorships, so I can kind of say now. So we have 3 cars that are going to be wrapped. So we got the HEX car. We're going to have the Pulse car, which is a Q7 Audi, and then we're going to have the Staker app car, which is a Ford Expedition. So shout out to Steph, Firebun, and the clan, the Staker app clan. They're wrapping the Ford Expedition with Staker app. So we're going to be promoting those things, and of course we're going to be promoting the conference for 369 at every stop. So if you want to know what the dates are, please go to FreedomTV.info. Or you can even go to our chat, which is at the US Road Trip chat on Telegram.
T.me/US Road Trip.
Yep, that's the one. So if you click on the road trip calendar on FreedomTV.info, it'll actually pull up a map, and you can kind of hover on the different, it'll give you the dates. So we already have Vegas is locked in. We're going to have a workshop at UNLV. So I secured a place for us at University of Nevada, Las Vegas, to promote the workshop. So we're going to have a small workshop to get people onboarded into crypto and crypto space in general. And also, of course, we're going to talk about Pulse and Hex and the fork and what's happening. We do have a venue in San Diego that we secured, and we have a venue in Riverside, California secured. So if you guys want to be one of the people that want to contribute, be one of the leaders at your city, and bring your people, you can definitely reach out to the TME.me/US road trip chat. There's also you can get a hold of Barry, which is the Rainmaker for Real. He's on Telegram also. So, or you can even email us at iam at freedomtv.info. Oh, nice. Thanks, Purple. Absolutely. Riverside, California. The venue is at La Sierra University. So most of our stops are going to be at universities because we have a good connection with all the universities. So that's what we're wanting to do, especially captivate the new generation, which is the millennial generation, because they got more 15s, and we want the next generation to be in Hex and Pulse and the crypto space in general.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
So this is, imagine a continuous meetup going all the way around the United States and eventually the world. This is what I predict, that this will be a meetup that gets bigger and bigger at each stop and builds momentum as people realize that this is it's a really great way to spend a day or a couple days, is to meet up with ALLin and Patrick to see the caravan of Hex wrapped cars, and you too can wrap your car in Hex and join the gang. At their meetups, they're going to be doing live streams. They're going to be doing a mixture of events. Who knows? Will they be partying or giving speeches, doing great debates, live streams, racing each other? You'll have to attend to find out.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the sky's the limit. So you guys, yeah, we encourage anybody that wants to join in the caravan. If you're already pretty much, if you're one of the Hexicans that have no job, you got a lot of time on your hands, and you're like, okay, what now? Definitely join in the caravan if you like. That's why we're posting all of the events. Where we're going to be at every stop. So it's great.
Yes. And shout out to everybody in the chat here. How's it going, Motley? Congratulations to Motley the investor on retiring from the military here.
Awesome.
This week. So, the U.S. road trip is, I think, going to be something that, like many of my other observations, I think the community, unless you're really hyped about it, I think you're underestimating how important and impactful and awesome it's going to be. So everybody continue to join that Telegram group. So the Telegram group for the road trip is t.me/US road trip. And then the Telegram for the conference is t.me/PulseHexCom.
I think it's there's t.me/US road trip chat, CHHT, that you guys can talk about the road trip if you guys want to be one of the leaders and provide the venue. Because we need more local people, right, to help us out on each stop. So that'd be great.
Good to know. I'll promote that one too. Oh, hey, we just got a bunch of orders. People ordering tickets. Looks like
nice.
Gamification is working.
Oh, by the way, guys, if you think that the organizers get a pass on buying tickets, we have to buy our tickets too. So I'm buying my ticket. My brother's buying his tickets. Barry, he's buying his tickets. So everybody's got to buy their tickets. So,
I'm buying multiple tickets.
Well, yeah, we obviously, because we have our Vegas team and FreedomTV.info team. So we're all buying our tickets. So it's all fair. It's all fair.
It's called a Hex Flex, right?
Yeah.
My Hex Flex is like so much different because I'm so economical with my money still, and it's just like, yeah, here's my Hex Flex. I got like a new desk. It's not fancy at all.
Yeah. Shout out to BG Hex. Absolutely. Thanks. I hope to be out there too. So me personally, TMoney, I am going to be at the first on San Diego and most likely in the LA stop to kind of kick it off. We have a film crew, small film crew with Rob that I want to make sure that everything's getting done right and we're doing things good. Barry's going to be there too, Mr. Rainmaker. And of course you can see A-Bit and Patrick is definitely, I know the Discord Syndicate. Oh, that's right. I got to give out a shout out to Discord Syndicate. They gave us a good sponsorship. So thank you guys for doing that for the road trip. So and help us out to wrap the cars, which is awesome. So um, you know, it's been you guys been great. The whole Hexagon community has been coming out. I mean, it's really because like we're being gate kept. This is the ideas that we're coming out to really promote Hex and Pulse. And so obviously the conference is another way to jumpstart us on the national stage and even international stage, because people are watching us. And so we want to be on our best behavior too, when it comes
Yes.
to not we don't care about other weirdness going out there. Let's be good to each other. We're a whole family. um our community is growing really rapidly. Let's take the judgment to the side and really promote what we know, because we know that Hex is a great product, and that's what it is. It's a product. It's a product that's great. Let's promote it, right? And so Pulse, when it comes out, it's going to be a great product also. The guys that are behind, not only Richard Hart, obviously, however, behind him in the dev team, we appreciate you guys, whoever, all that contributed to making Hex and also Pulse. And they're working hard to make sure that everything goes right on the airdrop and the new chain. Um, so yeah, that'd be awesome. It's everything's just going awesome.
It is. Yeah, it really is. And there's, I think that there's going to be such a breakout here once Pulse launches. I mean, Pulse is going to launch before the conference happens. And if I have my way, Pulse will launch, I guess, and I'm kind of joking here, so I'm just going to say that. But I would love to see it launch right as the week ends with the last 100 tickets. So the way that the ticket sales go is there's going to be 3 weeks where there's 100 tickets sold, and then it drops down to 69, and then it drops down to 39. So because a lot of people, once they use the Pulse network, they're going to have this aha moment that like Richard and Hex and Pulse are all the greatest things to ever happen to crypto. What our community has already realized for quite some time. I think people are going to FOMO into everything Hex, everything Pulse. So,
Hey, so you guys, if you're a new person just watching this and you don't know what's going on, just to explain, Hex came out in pretty much December 2019, and a lot of us that got in early, it was kind of getting the golden ticket, like Willy Wonka, right? And so imagine you getting this big huge surprise in your life. And it's funny because even me, I'm even debating on if I should like continue with my other businesses. I don't know. I'm like, okay, this is such a great springboard to any dream that you can dream up of. So
yes.
and it's just and plus, because I know there's meeting other people, they're like still in shock, right?
Yes.
I'm in shock. I'm in totally shock.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
talking about my mental health. I mean, what's possible? And I'm like, is this for real? I mean, is this really for real? Where all these people are, uh, are really real people that really care about each other and want to really grow as a community, where they want to really do a positive difference in the world, right? So, I mean, that's what I want to do with my money, right? Once I
Yes.
start collecting, and this is the biggest reason why FreedomTV.info is doing this. It's just that we really want to make a positive difference. We want our freedoms back from the government, our freedoms back from, uh, from big corporations that just don't care. They just don't care. They're behemoths, and decisions are made in a boardroom, and they don't know. They just don't know the effects that they do. And so we've seen it. We've seen it in our environment where I went to school here in the United States, and I went to school in Mexico too. Very different field, very different education, very different mindsets. So, get a different perspective. That was great. Travel more, get get educated on different cultures, because you'll definitely understand one another a little bit more, and ask the question why. Why is this for me, right? That's people that are fudding and trolling, they do it because they don't understand. It's fear of the unknown, right? Or it's maybe just envy and jealousy, right? So, who cares about them? I just care about your results. That's all I care about is my results, my bag, my my family, my community, people that are open-minded, people that want to know a different perspective, live a different way of life, that wants to uh, get their dreams, right? They want to actually make a positive difference, right? So, those are the people that we want to talk to. Those are the people that we want to reach out to, and
Yes.
right.
Hex, I mean, what Hex is to me has been a series of incredible surprises. The first incredible surprise was to see how great the tech was. If you read the layman's guide, if you go to maddieall.in, that's a website where I've got 50 links, and one of the links is to be able to read the Hex smart contract and to make sense of it. And so you can do that, and you can realize how great the tech is to have a finished product instead of a promise coin like every other crypto, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. The next incredible surprise was the community. And a lot of the people watching here have witnessed that themselves. Then the next incredible surprise was the sudden wealth that has come from Hex. In just 2 years, a lot of people are up 1,000x or more. And then the next, it just keeps coming, right? And so, once you have this sudden wealth, then what do you do with it, and what are your next steps in life? And that's another thing that surprised me, because I didn't realize how much of a syndrome it would be to not have to work anymore and not experience the struggle that everybody is used to, and how that would play out socially, how it would play out with mental health and everything. And so, as a mental health professional, I have accepted the challenge of having this conversation with the community and exploring and discovering what the different life hacks are for, and even now it's hard for me to talk about, because it seems like such like a privileged or like a first world type of problem to say, oh, I have sudden wealth syndrome. It sounds very like strange to me. But then again, I worked only with people in poverty in my many years doing mental health work, and so it's certainly a surprise, but it's something that I think as a community we can do community events like this. We can participate in the road trip, participate in the conference, right? Hit the like and subscribe button to all the different Hex channels on hexstreamers.com, right? We can build this online community that's different than the other online communities, that when we say that we want to make the world a better place, then we actually take those small steps to do that. And then the other component, other than community, which seems to help greatly with sudden wealth syndrome, is self-care and working on yourself. And so that's what hextherapy.live is designed for, is every Thursday night we go over self-care, self-esteem, becoming the best version of yourself. And we go over the different skills that it helps, whether you're somebody who wants to create a savings plan that will hopefully take care of you better than the legacy financial system. And also the skills that you need once you become suddenly wealthy to address that. So thanks everybody for for being a part of those conversations.
Yeah, I mean, and so one thing is really cool. I'm gonna get a shout out to Hex Ray Vision, um, Mr. Max. Actually, I went to Utah, to Cedar City to see him and his family. He received us. It was awesome. We helped him get his because he wants to put videos out there too for his community. So we set him up. We helped him out to set up his studio too. So I mean, this is the stuff that we do, is reaching out to the community, making sure there's no competition here. The more the merrier, absolutely. Um, people do things differently. For example, I'm 40. I just turned 46 just recently. Maddie ALLin, because of his experience and where he's from the Midwest, he's gonna reach out to people and relate to other people that I cannot, from my background. So I mean, we had a great conversation, Hex Ray Vision. It was on the spiritual realm, and it was just really interesting how people get on this journey, right? And so I mean, there's no coincidences, I feel, in our lives. I mean, how did when we had a conversation, how did we both got in tuned with Hex and the Hex community? And so, I mean, it was so roundabout how I got into. Just so you guys know, my first stake was not on the Staker, on Staker app. It was not even on GoHex.win. It was on the Toucaneer Infinite. That was my
Wow.
first stake on there. I didn't not know about the other stuff. So, I mean, it was it was a very and if I was not in BitConnect, I wouldn't have never met Trayvon. I mean, sure, it was a rug pull. It got, crapped out. I was mad because it was something. However, now I look back and I'm like, if I was in that project, I wouldn't have met Trayvon. I wouldn't have gotten to Toucaneer. I wouldn't have gotten to Hex. I wouldn't. I wouldn't have looked at other things. So I'm glad that I let myself to be open to see other things and see other to sure, I was skeptical, and always I have that skeptical mindset because that's how I grew up. However, I challenge myself to say, well, okay, let's give that person, let's put the judgment and the ego in the back pocket. Let's give that person an opportunity to express themselves, even though if they're fudding or whatever, and see. Let's get to the why. Why are they fudding? Why are they saying all kinds of crap about Hex? And then it's funny because you ask them, how much Hex do you have? Have you have an experience of Hex? And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, why are you talking crap? If you never had an experience, you never even have $50. Just put $50. It's not gonna change, it's not gonna affect you. Look at the what's the results, because the results are way better, right? That's the only way you can really judge a person, is by their results, by their actions, right? So, shout out to Trayvon James. He's doing the best he can with his family. I've seen him on his stream, and I met him in person in San Jose way back when. And he knows Hex is the best thing that happened to him. So he's on board now. We all come. It was the results that convinced him finally, and so he's coming around. So same thing. We got to be patient with these people, because before they're gonna be on our community. If it's from Pulse that gets them in, or from Hex, they're gonna be in our community, some way or somehow, because like I said, it's the results that are happening. You could see the charts. you can't argue with the charts. Yeah, so that's where we're at.
Go ahead and try to argue with the charts. We'll
Right.
wait.
So
Yeah, extremely well put, and yeah, it's really incredible. I was just looking at when was the first time Tony and I streamed together, and so I went into the archives here on YouTube and found that we started, started our friendship and our collaboration, being partners, putting on events in Vegas. It all goes back to April 10th, 2021. A day that will go down in history. I think the price of HEX at that time was about 2 cents. It might have been 2.2 cents part of the day, at 2.0 cents another part, but that right now, just for the record, what we're sitting here on August 22nd. It's about 4.5 months later, and HEX is already at 18.4 cents. So that's like a 9x since then.
yeah, it's unbelievable what's what it's happening. I mean, it's really changing life, and every individual has a choice. My bag, my choice, right? So, what are you gonna? I mean, one thing is to have the hex. So, what are you gonna do after that? You made all these gains. What are you gonna do with that? How are you gonna change your own world? And it doesn't have to be big. It could be your small community. I mean, look at these guys, Crypto Pablo, right? Hex Lion, he was telling me his story a little bit. He was a night manager at a small hotel in Austria. You know, he put, he was convinced, he was all in, and from day one. And before the meetup, he quit his job. He's like, I'm done. He started traveling. He went to Colombia. He went to Mexico. Met ALLin Bittner. I mean, they didn't know each other. They're besties now, right? I mean, these are the people. Now they're traveling 6 month traveling together, right? So, those relationships are that are forever. You know what I mean? So you could tell they're gonna forever. It's forever changed. Lives forever changed. So for the best, right? For the positive. And so now they're really wanting to do the same. And when they came to meet up here, they Matty Allen, he stayed at my house. I opened my doors and I said, "Look, you guys, I'm a real person. I'm a kind person. I really want to give back some way, somehow. And, many hands make light work. So we do need a lot of help with whatever community we're coming to near you. We're going to need that help. If it's just, greeting people, setting up the venue, if you're not going to be there, you can send us some if you want to sponsor anything, pass out some information, or just onboarding people when we have our workshops, because we are going to have workshops, onboarding workshops. So they're going to be in restaurants. We have actually in San Diego, we secured a vineyard. One of the Hexicans, it's their vineyard, so they're hosting us. I mean,
Nice.
That's stuff. So me personally, I've relationships with the universities. So we secured a venue at UNLV for the kickoff. So, anything that we can do to help these guys, they're putting it on their own dime. It's not, there was really no sponsorship to start this out. It was their idea, their way of saying, we really want to contribute to HEX because HEX changed our lives. And so, I mean, if you listen to ALLin Bittner's story, it's a very wow. It almost made me cry. Seriously.
Yeah, I love his backstory too.
Yeah. So I mean, he streamed it. He told his story a little bit on his channel. So and also, follow them, right? You want to follow them and stream them, and they're great people to be around. So I I don't know. I'm just I guess I it's just a love fest right now. I'm just in awe of so many people coming out and really contributing. Like Motley, Discord Syndicate, Hex Ray Vision. Thank you guys. David Morales. Um, oh man, there's so many people. It's just the Quant Gang, even Nerd Girl. She's been really trying to get those you know other communities to jump in to our coin or our bag, right? So there's a lot of FUD out there that we have to clear up. That's unfortunate, but that's what it is. So this is the way we can really do it. So which is the tour and the conference, so people can take us seriously.
And we love almost every minute of it. This is it's meaningful work to spread this financial technology that hasn't existed, and to break through the noise. Even getting gatekept, even HEX not being traded on mainstream exchanges, not being talked about in the mainstream news. It's very, to me, it's very intellectually stimulating. It's very vindicating. So, on all of my sub brains, my emotional brain, my my prefrontal cortex are all excited about really this opportunity to share with others what we've found, and to help explain it, to understand all the emergent properties in HEX, like mental health, like community, like even Pulse is something that wasn't conceived of until Richard realized the problems with Ethereum that developed after HEX was launched as a finished product, that Ethereum decided to not support protocols that wouldn't change. So Ethereum made the decision to raise gas fees selectively on people reading from disk, even though they knew it would hurt popular projects like HEX that were seeking to do something better than had been done in crypto, which would be to not change, to not be a promise coin. And so here
So I'm going to take a stab at this. We got here Chris Davis. So I'm going to read it. Can you address the possibility of the OA holding 90+% of the Pulse tokens? Possible pros and cons if this happens. Also, has Richard addressed this issue? And if not, do you think he should? Actually, he has quite adamantly. If you go back to a lot of his streams, he's talked about it. So this is how he explains it. I'm quoting him, Richard Hart, is that in the beginning in Bitcoin, Satoshi did have 90% of the coins when it launched, and then of course slowly, more and more that it was mined, slowly that so right now Satoshi still owns like 2%, I believe, of Bitcoin. So it gives it stability. The coin, it gives it stability. If you look at stocks and that's my world, right? In the legacy part, if you look at Amazon, and or even like Tesla stock, well, the biggest stockholders are concentrated. So, for example, you got Elon Musk that holds the majority stock in his own company. So, yes, it's a good thing, because then that has to be centralized to give it value. Because if you're hoarding it, right, and it's not circulating, the price goes up. So if there's a the shaming of it of all is all these founders that are dumping their supply on the market, and that's why the price goes down in price. So if you look at anything legacy like that, yeah. So in Pulse, of course, it's going to happen again, where Richard or the OA, I don't know, vis-a-vis, right, who knows who owns the actual bag, but it could be a bot, it could be whoever. However, yeah, there is going to be an OA that holds pulse, a 90% plus of the pulse. It is going to come out that way. Probably that's going to be the major validator, most likely, obviously. And so I don't think it's going to be the only validator, because he's going to give the opportunity to others so
Yeah.
that it could be more of a community.
Yeah, so I would say, like, so Hex, which has the same creator as Pulse, has the most transparent market data available in any market. It is on the blockchain, but about 99% of the volume has traded on open, decentralized exchanges, not centralized exchanges that get flooded with fake volume and are allowed to do trades behind closed doors. This is real crypto, and all the trades have been on chain, the vast majority of them. And so we can see through an audit, and I helped Gunter, the accountant, set up t.me/hex audit, which is where you can go and look at the spreadsheet, the hundreds of hours that people have put in to tracking where the original ETH went and how the origin address, appears to have been buying Hex, not selling it. This is an incredible innovation, and this is what we're seeing is altruistic behavior, multi-year altruistic behavior by the founder, the same founder who has created Pulse. So also, if the founder of a crypto exit scams, why do we always see them exit scam with in between $5 and $500 million, or in between 5 and $1 billion? Is because you literally can't exit the crypto system with billions of dollars. The federal governments of the world that allow you to move that much of fiat don't let you cash out billions of dollars, right? We saw this with the Plus token Ponzi that had $4 billion stolen. Maybe they had $1 billion that they were actually holding on to. They were on the run from the Chinese authorities, and they got caught. And now China has their $1 billion. They were not able to exit scam with that much money. And so if you start to look at the game theory just of the legacy financial system not letting billions back in from crypto, then you realize, wow, the whole rug pull scenario really starts to make a lot less sense if the founder gets that escape velocity. Now, on top of that, you have a founder who was already a billionaire from Bitcoin, got to be a billionaire in Ethereum from creating Hex, and now is a Hex billionaire as well. Which one is he going to sell first? Is he going to wait and maybe never sell Hex, right? And this is part of the surprise that has made Hex so valuable, is that when we were back buying in the adoption amplifier, and when we were back buying at 1/3 of a penny, we didn't realize how scarce it was. We didn't realize that this audit hadn't been completed. We didn't know that the origin address was so benevolent, that it was playing the best game theory, that it only had 13% staked, that it owned 90+% of the supply. And so I think we're going to see the same thing in Pulse. And that's I was able to accurately predict that the Hex origin address would, on the last day of the Pulse sacrifice, I predicted 10 billion. The actual number was 13 or 14 billion. And so these are things that, if you know the full history, and if we're talking about the game theory and the psychology and the economic dynamics of this, we can start to interpolate kind of a good prediction based on all these other factors that we know. Tony, what are your thoughts on what I just said?
Yeah, that was great. It's so I'm looking at our chat. So we had a question about, do we think Pulse is going to do 1,000x in the coming years? My opinion, this is just an opinion and for education, and please do your own due diligence. If Pulse is a fork of Ethereum, and if you watch Ethereum It did that in the first 3 years. So when it came out, so in 2015, Ethereum came out and it raised $20 million. We raised 14 billion, right, on the sacrifice phase, if I'm not mistaken. And so,
Yes.
right, and so obviously our Pulse has a higher supply than Ethereum when it came out. So you can kind of factor that in. So when Ethereum came out, it started around, I believe, 12 to 15 cents per Ethereum when it first, that was the strike price.
Uh-huh.
And then it went all, and now we're at, I mean, the biggest run up was what, 4,500. So, and right
Yeah.
now it's looming around 3,000. So, and
Yeah.
that was in 2015. Today it's been 6 years. So, you know, obviously, I think it can. If you look even at the Binance fork and the Matic fork, look at their trend and their trend line. So it should, you do your own due diligence. I think it is, and I think it's going to take actually less than 3 years. It's going to probably take two, because if they build more at dApps on top of the Pulse chain, and the use case, and of course the fees are way cheaper, and you have a benevolent, like you said, Maddie, overlord, which is the OA, that doesn't dump on us, just like on Hex. That's why I have to judge, on their actions. So most likely the OA is not going to dump on his head when Pulse comes out, unlike other people that and founders have done, just to kind of make themselves rich. So, you know, like I said, you want to be do your own due diligence. Follow Quant Gang. They do a lot of the charts and spreadsheets. You got uh, a lot of us in the stream community that we follow the charts, and the biggest reason is because Hex and Pulse is going to be very transparent on the transactions. Do your due diligence.
Absolutely. And these are questions that we love to answer, because
Mm-hmm.
you're asking the right questions, and these
Mm-hmm.
are the things that people are going to have to know if they want to understand the history and build their confidence. So thank you guys for asking all the good questions and the tough questions. But okay, yes, the Twitter link doesn't always work very well. Good. So I know I always love talking with TMoney, and I know you guys love hearing from him. Go ahead and look in the links below and follow and subscribe to FreedomTV.info, and on YouTube and their website. You can learn more about the U.S. road trip by the Crypto Sparbuck Group, ALLin, and Patrick. You can learn more about the PulseHex.com conference. Maybe I should show the page for that here.
Yeah, go ahead and share the page so they know where to go get their tickets. Also, you'll have different. You'll have the schedule for the whole week. We're gonna have that. We're gonna have also the links to the hotel where you guys can stay, get your hotel rooms discounted. So, um, yeah.
I'm going to switch out of the screen. So this is going to be PulseX.com. And there you will find the link to the Eventbrite.
Mm-hmm.
We're calling these tickets fundraising tickets for an online event that will happen before the event. Really, it's just a weekly recurring event that happens during Clunking, which is, if you're buying a ticket here, then you will be airdropped a ticket for the physical event in Las Vegas, March 6th through 9th. And that allows us to get the funding from Eventbrite released before the event, so that we can spend the money on the event and make sure you get your money's worth and everything. Let's see. yeah, Vitalik dumps on our heads for sure. Richard has never dumped on our heads. He has other things that he does not find as valuable as HEX. Pulse will be no different. That's right. And so everybody go ahead and check out. I'll put in the chat here. PulseHex.com. And then Tony and I will be streaming every other Saturday, unless Richard is streaming. So you'll be able to find us here again in a couple weeks. On Tuesday night, we have Quant Gang for multiple hours with Wales only, Kareem, Future Us, and myself. And we've gotten a revamp. Our production value is going up. Then on Thursday nights, we've got HexTherapy.live. I will be continuing to do pop-up shows to rant and rave about different cryptos. And again, we've got all the links for TMoney, his Twitter and YouTube and website in the description below.
Please follow us on FreedomTV.info. That's our website. All of our links to YouTube and Twitter and Instagram are on there. We're going to be streaming live from certain events on that website and YouTube channel. And also you definitely want to keep the Crypto Schwabble YouTube videos. Unfortunately, because they're going to do in 2 languages, because they're in Germany. So, watch for the English ones and the German ones. But definitely all of our streams here in FreedomTV.info is in English. So, look for those guys on there. So we're elated to get you tuned in, and definitely thank you guys we reached our 1,000 YouTube subscribers. Definitely.
Congrats.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that was last week. We did give out a couple of shirts out, which is great. And thanks for the community for coming out and helping us with the tour.
I wanted, as we close up here, I wanted to say it looks like Crypto Journeyman is thinking of getting a HEX-themed 18-wheeler driving around, or a badass lifted truck with a HEX Pulse wrap. Very, very cool. I wanted to shout out Joe McDowell, who says, I onboarded 2 friends into HEX and Pulse Sacrifice, headed over to their house now, and we're going to place our order for 4 tickets. Can't wait to meet you guys in person in March. Thanks, guys. Our pleasure, definitely. And now that everybody is excited to get their tickets at pulsehex.com, and that'll take you to the link to pulsehex.eventbrite.com. And then we're going to send you over to the next live stream here on this beautiful Sunday with Molly the Investor interviewing somebody who has tens of thousands of followers on Twitter, someone who's a professional athlete, and that'll be really exciting. So I'm dropping the link in the chat here. Go ahead and check that out now. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for being the best community in crypto, and stake wisely, my friends.
Thank you. See you guys on the flip side. Peace.